Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending this workshop. I'm Fatima Khulusi Raftor. I'm a research and instruction librarian, and I'm a business librarian as well. Today, I'm gonna introduce you to some key business databases where you can find company information, industry reports, consumer data, and statistics and cases and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to take you first to the library and walk you through the steps to get the business databases. Okay, but before that, just let you know this session is recording. And if you have any question, you may put in the chat box or unmute yourself and ask your question. My colleague Emily is here and just monitoring the chat, and I'll try to monitor chat during the session, and I'll try to answer all your questions. Okay, so I'm going to take you to the library page. So here it is. I don't know how much you guys are familiar with the library and if you have ever navigated or searched through the databases. But let's start from here. Let me just turn off my camera in order for you to focus on the screen. So I did it right now. Okay. So here is the library page. When you open it, by default, it is on OneSearch. Okay. OneSearch is the library whole collection, includes all different resources like articles, books, audio, video on various topics. Okay. So I'm going to today take you directly to databases. Databases are, you may ask what databases are. Databases are kind of e-collection of resources on various topics. Some of those are, we call them multidisciplinary. It means that you may find resources on various topics. Some of those are focusing on a special subject or topic. Okay, let me, if you know the name of database, you may just type it here in this search box and hit search. If you don't know, you may go click on browse by subject. This page A to Z databases opens, and here you see all databases being organized on different subjects, okay? Or you may find the databases by type if you're looking for audio, biography, data sets, and so forth, okay? So let's start with searching by subject, and I'm going to take you to business, okay? There are some subcategory under business. You may go directly to those if you're looking just for accounting databases or management, marketing, and so forth. You may go ahead and click on one of these. But if you click on business, it's an umbrella for all these subcategories, okay? So I'm going to click on business. And this page opens, and there, as you see, there are 71 databases found for business. All of these 71 are not necessarily just focusing on business. It includes some multidisciplinary databases as well. It means that you can find business resources through those also, not just, but they include business resources as well, okay? Within some of these databases like ABA, form collection, or business, this one, business source premier. Within those things, these two, you may find reports, data, but these two mostly are used for researching for business concepts, and you're looking for scholarly, peer-reviewed, or just scholarly, or just resources on or articles, newspaper magazines, books on business concept. Okay, let me take you to one of these, and then I'm gonna take you later to the different type of business databases that you can find specifically company information, industry, and so forth. Okay, let me take you very quickly to this one, show you what I mean by the business concept. Okay. This ABI Inform collection is a database through ProQuest, one of the big databases. And let you know, these databases are all by subscriptions, and the library has the subscriptions and library paid for. So you don't need to be worried about the cost. But if you Google for some reports or some articles, it may ask you for the fee for the cost. So but if you go through the library databases, as I showed you, so you shouldn't be worried about the cost because they've been already paid. Okay, so here you see a simple search box. Whenever I say business concept, it means that you have a research question or a research topic, or maybe a business, maybe a concept, a research concept, and you wanna look for resources on those. Okay, if you have a research question or research topic, research statement, you need some keywords out of that research question or research topic that transfer the concept of your research. If not, of course, you have a concept in your mind and you need to look for that concept by keywords or the combination of keywords. Okay, for example, I'm looking for some accounting articles. Okay, oops. So this is my keyword. I can add more, so accounting and everything else that is relevant to your research question or research topic. So maybe accountability, maybe introduction, maybe any of these, or maybe a new kind of other keywords that you want to add. Let's go with these. It's been underlined by the orange line. It means that because of it's a small letter, lowercase, it doesn't matter. So don't worry about this. Okay. So I'm gonna look for these two, the combination of these two keywords. It retrieved around 481,000 results. It's too many. Okay. So again, depends on your research requirement and the type of resources that you're looking for. You need to go to the filter column to filter the results. Okay. For example, I'm looking for just the full text articles. It means that I have access to the full article, not just the bibliographic information. Okay. And I'm looking for scholarly peer-reviewed articles. My assumption that you know the peer-reviewed articles, but if not, peer-reviewed are those scholarly resources that have been through extra step of evaluation by the peers of the same field, by the experts of the same fields, to get kind of confirmed for going to the process of publication. You know, so the scholarly peer-reviewed journal articles are the most reliable scholarly resources. And I know some of your professors ask just for consulting with the scholarly peer-reviewed resources. Okay, if this is the case, so you need just to click within this box, let it load, and then these are all scholarly peer-reviewed articles. But to make sure, you need to go to source type as well and click on scholarly journals, because these peer reviews are just available within scholarly journals, not magazines, not trade journals. Okay, it may say peer reviewed, but to make sure they are all scholarly peer reviewed, you need to click on these and filter the results by this as well. Okay. So let it load. It's gonna be, it's now it's 49,000 results. It's still too many, but we need to do more filtering. So the other things is all the results are from 1937. So there are some of those are kind of dated. So we want to make it current. So for the recent one, so I'm gonna just pull this arrow and make it for, hopefully it worked. Let me see. Whatever filter you do, it's going to be show up here. Oh no, it didn't work. So I'm going to do it again. Sometimes this arrow doesn't work properly. We need to go and enter manually, but I'm going to give it one more try. If not, I'm going to do that. So now update. So yeah, it works. So now it is from 2020 to 2029. 2029 means some journal articles been waiting for the publication, and they may appear in this list. But they may have the bibliographic information, some other information, or but since we put it full text, they're not going to be just in bibliographic information. In this case, they're going to be maybe for 2026. So sometimes to be safe, we can put the years 1 or 2 years ahead or more, just to make sure the results going to be include the most recent articles. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down and show you this part, document type. So we are looking now for articles. So I'm going to just click on that. It may be case study if you want. So you may click on a case study and so forth. Okay. And then the other things, so for example, among these 16,000, 146 are case studies. 146 maybe are reports, reports within the case studies. So literature review. So depends on the type of resource that you're looking for. The part that I'm really interested in is the subject area. If you click on subject and click on more, it opens a kind of a table with include, exclude subject terms. These are more kind of keywords, or we call them subject terms, relevant to your original keywords that you put to start the search, in order for you to make your results narrower or broader. If you include any of these subject terms or keywords to your first keywords like accounting and accountability, so the results going to be narrower. So far we had 40 some. Now if I go ahead and click on just sustainability, the number of results going to be reduced to 1,717. Okay, if I select more of these, it's going to be more, because these numbers going to be added up. For example, if I put stockholder, sorry, so it's going to be added up. This one, let me show you, sustainability and stockholders. So these going to be added up. And if I apply the numbers, from 16,000 is going to be reduced to 2,798. So my suggestion is that depending on your whole research question, keywords and concept and whatever is relevant, my suggestion is that go to more and maybe include and exclude. If you exclude, it means that these 813 corporate governance, for example, subject terms that been tagged and indexed within the articles going to be excluded from your results. Okay, so but you may go ahead through the list and then include or exclude whatever is relevant. Sometimes you're looking for accounting and ethics, so you may include that, and if you apply that, the number of results going to be reduced to 142. So it is this database, as I said, good for reports, but mostly good for finding scholarly, peer-reviewed articles, journal articles on business concepts. Okay, so very quickly, let me show you. If you, for example, you like this article, you may go directly to abstract. okay, and read the abstract and see that how much is relevant to your research. If you like it, you may go ahead and download the PDF or use the other tools. This part, the abstract by the publisher or by the author, but this one is the one to the right is the one by AI. I don't have any bias to AI. I would read both, but I trust this one more. I mean, the one writing by the publisher or the writer, but I would read this one as well and just compare it and use my judgment. Okay. So, and the following the abstract, there are some subject terms. They are hyperlinks. It means that these subject terms being tagged and indexed within this article, and they are hyperlinks. It means that if you click on any of those, it's going to open a list of articles on a specific hyperlink or keywords that you clicked on. Yeah, for example, if you click on standards, going to open a list of articles about standards. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, I'm almost choked. So, one of the tools that is very helpful is Site, this icon. If you click on that, it opens a box with all different citation formats. Again, depending on your assignment requirement or your research project, you may select any of those. For example, APA 7th edition. And then this is the citation. You may copy and paste it, but it's a machine generator and it's not always correct based on the capitalization, punctuation, and other things. Like this one is not correct to me because the title of this article is all a cap. So it's not correct based on APA. So always, but the format is here. You may use the format. I mean, the format not. I mean, the structure is here, but you need just to double check with the citation manuals. For example, APA 7th edition manual, and just compare with the examples and read the formats, and then just edit that and then copy and paste it on your board. The other things is the DOI. We usually need the DOI here, but it is not the DOI. It is the URL of this page, of this database. So it's not good to go to your paper. So you need to go to the article and find the DOI of the article. Okay, but again, depends on the format of the citation. I'm not going to go to this in depth because it is not in the scope of our presentation today. So if you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'm going to go back to the list of business databases. And then now let me check the chat. No question. So I'm going to take you to other type of business databases. First, let's go to IBISWorld. I don't know if you've heard about IBISWorld or not. This one is completely different. Through IBISWorld, you can find it is the best bet one for industry reports. Okay, you can find the industry of your research through this database, and then go through the reports and then find the data, statistics, or information on the industry that you're researching. Let me show you what I mean. So this is the homepage. You may just type the industry or keyword of your industry, the company within that industry, within this, put it in this search box and hit search. If you're looking for a specific country, these countries are available within this database, like US, Canada, China, and so forth, UK. And if you want to have the reports on all, keep it on all. But you may want to go and check all the industries. So my suggestion is go to this, click on that, and then click on view all sectors, because it includes all sorry, all industries by NAICS numbers, then these numbers, okay, and the subcategories, okay, so sectors. So again, I'm going to randomly select one of these, but you should just select, so it is obvious, select the ones that you're researching. For example, I'm researching on, let me see, transportation, okay, transportation and warehousing in the US. So it is the industry, but what sector? Let's see, international airlines, okay? As soon as I click on that, it will open a kind of report on international airlines in the US, okay? So it is the one available here. But if I said, if you're looking for a specific country that is available within these, so you should go back and then put the keywords and select the country, okay? But when you go to the sectors and click, it will open whatever is available. Anyway, so it is the full report, and it's been published in May 2021 by an analyst in IBISWorld. And if you Google this one, it will ask you for paying to access this report. And usually each one of these reports cost around 5,000, maybe 2,000, depends. But I've seen a lot, they are around 5,000, 6,000. So you don't want to pay. So I'm walking through these to show you how to access this through the library. Okay. So this is the full report. You may scroll down the page and see all the data available, like the products and services within this industry, okay, like the major players, the most important companies within these, and their kind of information relevant to those. And this is a pie graph. If you hover over, it gives you kind of individual information and data on each one of those. Also, the SWOT analysis of the whole industry, okay, and then a lot of other information. I'm not going to go through all of them. If you say click on show all, it gives you more information. You may have the information about the revenue, about the employee in this industry, and it is not just the data. You can have them just kind of visually represented, like a visual data visualization of this data. So, and then the good point is that if you hover over, it gives you the information data on a specific point of each graph, like this line graph, okay? And then the good point is that you can download each one of these graphs individually and in different formats, in maybe in picture format, a data table, CSV, and so forth. And you can have them in full text. You know what? Whenever you're consulting with this and you're doing your assignment, your research project, you may want to borrow this one. So you can copy, paste it, download it, and use that. But don't forget to cite this one. Citation is very important. Give the credit to the creator of this report, to collector of this report. But some databases, as I showed you, have some tools to give you citations. Some like these don't, and you need to create your own. So I created a PDF that show you how to create citation for the tables, for graphs, pie graphs, and so forth. So I should remember to just show you at the end of this session. Anyway, if I said that you may go ahead and scroll down, or you may go to the left side of the page, table of content, and see what is included. And you may want to go directly to key statistics. So you may click on these, and these are all available statistics on this industry, like revenue, like the other information. You may go to the annual change of these values and then see the changes. So I think it's it's an awesome database for finding industry report. Okay. And also, I'll let you go ahead yourself and navigate through this and investigate and see what is available. But don't forget, for industry, go to this. For industry report, IBISWorld is one of the best. But the other things I'm going to show you here is the archive reports. So if you go to the archive reports, it's going to give you the reports for the previous years. Okay, here it is. So it includes from the recent to the back to 2005. It is the whole report, not just those statistics. Okay, for example, if I click on that and go to July, it's going to give you the whole report and you can download it. Okay, any questions? This session is gonna kind of introduction, and I'm not going through the databases in depth. But if you need more in-depth research help, I recommend you contacting me for having a one-on-one session. Just walk you through and help you in your research finding kind of research data that you're looking for. Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna go back to, actually, I'm already back to the business databases. And this time I'm gonna take you to another business database that is good for company information. Sometimes your assignment asks you for company information. You're looking for a specific company and the profile, competitors, financial, and a lot more, okay? Mergent Market Atlas is one of the new databases that very soon gonna be replaced for Mergent Online. So Mergent Online is not available anymore very soon. So my suggestion is going directly to Mergent Market Atlas. It is the new version of Mergent Online. Okay, and it is awesome, like Mergent Online. And this database has a lot of things and a lot of paths to start. But let's make it simple. I don't want to make you confused or overwhelmed. I want to make it as simple as possible. So where it is the homepage, so you're looking for information on a specific company. The only things you need is the name of the company. Put it here. Okay, just in this search box. Let me put like Tesla. Okay. Let's see if there are any information about. Sometimes we shouldn't expect the databases have the information, specific information that we are looking for. Sometimes we go through this and that, and we don't find. We need to go to the third one, fourth one, you know. But the ones that I'm introducing are usually the good ones, okay? So I'm going to go to Tesla. So whenever you put the keyword, it gives you all the available kind of relevant options to your keywords. So and you need to go through the list and see which one is relevant. I'm going to go to this one, Tesla Incorporation. Okay, this is what I'm searching, for example, researching on. So as soon as you click on that, it opens a kind of report, but this time is not the industry report. Pay attention. It is the company information. It includes some reports as well, okay? The reports is the last bottom. Okay, you can find all the information on the company of your research, like the market value and revenue and something like that, the profile, address, is it a private company, is it a public company, and the key statistics. The first page is a kind of, includes kind of general information on that company, okay? So if you want to be specific, you may go to financial, for example. But before that, there are news. You may looking for the news, random news on this company. But these news are not necessarily scholarly peer reviewed, okay? They are not. They are news like the trade markets, like in the trade markets, but they give you information. They're good. You can use them, consult with them, and cite them, and put them on your research. But depends on your professor's requirements. Okay, if the professor asks for just the scholarly peer reviewed, so you should go back to those to that database that first I showed you. These include just the popular news on these, but they are good. I know a lot of students use them for their assignments. If you're looking for the financial information, here they are on Tesla. So again, depending on the kind of information that you're looking for, it includes everything. Total revenue, gross profit, and net income. I know some students come to me, I'm looking for the net income of Tesla. Okay, let's go to this database. Let's do this, let's do that. Okay, so it is everything here. And then let me see what else I can show you here. You can have these reports in PDF here to the left side, to the right side of the page. And then you can have them annually, you can have them interim, so depends. You may go to the analyses. So these are the analysis of these data, like the profitability, financial strengths, and so forth, okay? And the chart, so it includes some charts. It includes the line graph, bar graph, but they are visually created, and it's good for visual learners. Or you want to put them on your for your readers, for your assignments, on your work. So you can change a lot of things here. Okay, you can change, if you click on that, you can change the price, volume, to different type of information that you're looking for. To, I mean, customize it. It's better to say, not change. You can customize to retrieve the data that you're looking for. Okay, it is better to say that. And then I'm gonna go to these filings. Sorry, I said filing. Filings are very important. You know, some students looking for some specific marketing strategy of some companies. Okay, so the filings help you, like 10K sometimes includes the marketing strategy of Tesla, for example, here. So you may go to 8K or so forth. So there are some filings, and they can find them in PDF or HTML and the other formats. And these are the dates of their filings. It shows that the most recent company information, okay, like 8th of this today. It is for today. Awesome. So it is the most recent ones, okay? So it is awesome. If you want to have just 10K, you can just click within these and search, and it gives you just the 10K. Okay, and you can export it. If you click on export, it lets you just maybe download it on your device or export it to other kind of collections. So what else? It has some information about the executives, about the ownership, about the sustainability, you know, a lot of data. I know this is one of the best web databases on company information, sustainability, and reports. These are the reports that this database created on this company. Like, for example, summary reports, Mergent created this report that you can download it on Tesla. They include a lot of information that can answer your research questions and answer the research questions for your assignments. Any questions? Okay. I'm gonna be very quick because I want to show you a few more. So, but please feel free to ask any questions, okay? This time I'm gonna take you to another database that you can, it is good, best bet ones for consumer data, okay? So it is Mental Academic. So when you click on that, this page opens. You need just to acknowledge the policy access or whatever, and then continue. And then go to the middle one, Mental Reports, okay? Don't put any emails or something. Okay, let it open. Here it is. So it is within these, you can search for industries, you can search for companies, but I like it the best for the consumer data and analysis. Okay, insights and analysis of an industry or companies. Okay, but let's show you how it works for consumer data. When you click on consumer data, this page opens. First of all, you need to select the industry of the kind of research for the consumers. You know what I'm saying? For example, consumer of what industry you're looking for. Hopefully it makes sense. For example, I'm looking for data for the consumers of food, for example, drink, whatever. Okay. As soon as you click on that, but it's necessary to select, okay? If when you click within these, there is, if you click on this kind of sign, it opens some subcategory under the links. Again, it depends on your research. If your research is on just on all drinks, types of drinks, or it's on alcoholic drinks, it's on non-alcoholics, it's these ingredients or whatever. Okay, so if you should click within this. If it's on all drinks, just keep it mark it within this box. Okay, so I did that. I'm gonna search for everything. As soon as you click, it gives you some reports. You see that all of these, the 272 results are the reports. Okay, but I'm looking for something else. So region, it asked me for you're looking for the consumer data in this study in what part of the world or the whole world. Okay, I want to say that I'm looking for North America. Okay, but as soon as you click, it gives you the ones, and also it also breaks down into two, Canada and US. Again, you need to select or both. Okay. And then I'm not worried about the others. So far I have these two. Okay. So let's click on this. I'm going to show you something. So first, for example, I like this one because it's the most recent one. So I click. You can also search if you're looking for a specific kind of report. Okay. But why I like it for consumer data? So it gives me this type of bar graphs on different types of dairy milk. Okay. And for the past 3 months. So, but I'm looking for the consumer data. So if you click on explore demographics like this, it gives you all the kind of subcategories on there, the consumers, for you to brief filter your results, the data that you're gonna get from this. For example, let me see. For example, here it is by male. It is by default for male, female, and so forth. But I want more. If you click on these, it gives you all the subcategories under the demographics, and you can again customize based on your research. For example, you're looking for the drink consumers in Hispanic or origin and gender and age, or just Hispanic origin. You know, a lot of things are here. So it is just gender, but I can say gender and age. I can add whatever I want. As soon as I add, it's going to be added to this table. Okay, so I'm going to say that, or this one, I'm going to say region, you know, randomly. I'm just like, maybe they are irrelevant, but I want to show you how it works. You know, you see that they're going to be added, and these are all the data for the North America, for the drink consumers. You know, you see that at the top, and these are the demographic breakdown of the information. Okay, isn't it fantastic?
Mata, we have a question in the chat.
Okay, is this the class for management?
Yes.
303? Oh, no, it's not a class. It's a workshop. Kiran, do you hear me?
Yes,
What do you mean by,
I
Jazz said yes. Chaz,
I
it
asked
is
my
a management class?
oh I asked my professor that I was looking for the Zoom class, and she sent me the link. So I don't know this the correct one or not.
Jazz, are you here? Maybe Jazz can't talk, but I know one
Yes,
of
this
the
is the right class. You are required to take it.
Okay,
But you're
thank you
30
so
minutes
much. Thank
late.
you.
You are 40 minutes late. So let's let Fatimia keep going.
Okay. Sorry about that because I
No,
didn't know. I
that's
know
okay.
Jazz is one of the professors, and I'm really thankful to her to bring her students, but I didn't know the name of the course. Thank you for clarification. Okay, so anyway, any other questions relevant to databases? Okay, I'm gonna take you because we have just 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes. I'm gonna take you to one more, I think. Let me see. One more database, two more. And the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I'll let you ask if you have any questions. So I'm gonna take you to Statista. Statista is one of the best bet ones for data, okay? It is more database than just kind of all information or reports. It includes reports, but it is more data, numerical data, I mean. So again, it's very easy to use. You can put whatever data you need for here. For example, you want to know about AI in AI consumer, no, AI consumer, no, users. Users, oops, what am I doing? So, users in US. You can put like this, okay? Or you may go to these tabs and hover over and see that what is available. For example, if you go to statistics, it gives you the industries of these, and then you may find the data on this. Let me go first to this, and then I'll go back to statistics. You know what? Depends on the availability of data within this database. So whenever you put your keywords here, it gives you the results. So I put AI users in the US, so it gives me these reports. You may go through these titles and see that which one is relevant to what you're looking for. For example, I like this one. If I click on that, it gives me kind of, as you see, the numerical data on these. And the good point, it is, I said more data, but it is a good point. It has the citation, okay, so tool. So you can click on the citation format that you're looking for and copy paste it, but make sure it's correct. And if you scroll down, it gives you the more kind of relevant other data on the original keywords that you put, and also the others. But if you want to go to the report that's on top, it gave you in detail, you should click on go to report. And here it is, one of the reports relevant to that. So online search behaviors, because I put AI users in US. So it is relevant to the online behaviors, kind of broader, but relevant. I said you need just to go ahead and put the keywords and see which one of them is relevant, but maybe not any, maybe yes, not necessarily all of them are relevant, okay? But as you see, it says that $495, but you don't need to pay. It is for the people who are not affiliated with the university, but you are the students. So you may go ahead and click on download, or before that, you may go to this table of content and see that if they are relevant, any of these chapters or sections relevant to what you're looking for. So I want these. I like that AI powered search. So I want to go to this part. So let me download. Let's see. So when you click on download, it give you two formats. Let me see. Yeah, we need just to hover over. Don't click first. let me go back. Okay, here. So a PDF. I wanted PDF. Okay, and then it is here. I open it, and here is the report. And the good point here, the table of content within the actual report, the numbers are hyperlinked, so you can make it bigger and then see that, oh, which one? I like this one. So let's go to 39. So here it is. It is the graph data on what, for example, I was looking for. Okay, it is awesome for a kind of data, but if you don't have any keywords and you're looking for statistics in a specific industries, my recommendation is going to this part. For example, e-commerce. For example, and then it gives you all the kind of reports on e-commerce. So you may go ahead and see which one is relevant or scroll down, and it gives you a lot of other information, okay? But if you go to any of those, it's gonna open kind of individual report. You may download it here. You may go ahead and see what else is included, okay? One more thing, and the last one, I promise, because I think I made you overwhelmed, but it is just an introduction, okay? So I just want to know what is available to you guys for free. So sometimes you're looking for cases, business cases. So the one that I recommend is Sage Data Cases. So I'm gonna go to S. So let me see. Here it is, Sage Business Cases, okay? Sage Business Cases, when you're looking for business cases on different kind of subjects under the umbrella of business. For example, you're looking for cases in finance. If you click on that, yeah, it gives you a bunch of cases, but you need to go to like all the other databases because it retrieve around 700, 692. So it's too many. So I recommend you to apply filter. Go to content type, go to discipline. So what are you looking for? So go to discipline. So business management, you're looking for what type of cases in finance, okay? And then so forth, and you may adjust the date and apply filter to have the cases, the most relevant cases to your research, okay? So here it is, for example, you click on that, and here is the case, and also this one has citation, okay? IBISWorld citation tool. IBISWorld and the Mergent Atlas didn't have citation, and I told you that I'm going to show you how you can make your own citation, because citation is very important. You don't want to plagiarize, okay? So if you go back to the library page, go to guides, browse. Guides are the resources that the librarian created for you guys just to get instant help. Okay, so there are some guides under the business, okay? So, for example, if you go to business, these are the ones that I created. If you go, for example, to industry search, it gives you all the information for this industry search. If you go to the last page, table and figures, there are two PDFs, one here and one here. These two walk you through on how to make citations, to create citation for bar graphs, for in APA 7 spot. Pay attention, it is in APA 7. So for bar graph, for table, for data sets, for map, okay? And for reports, the last one is for reports. For example, the ones you get from IBISWorld. So it shows you how to create your own citation for reports, okay? So I'm ready to answer any questions if you guys have. And thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. I'm here and my colleagues to help you. You may just, whenever you need any kind of research assistance, you may go to, I think, a study space on the library page, an appointment. If you click on book an appointment, here you can select in-person appointment or Zoom appointment, and with whom you're looking for an appointment, with which one of ours on the librarians. Okay. So any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
You were going over a website to use to research companies' data. I forgot the name of it.
Okay, I'm going to go back and show you. Okay, good question.
Okay.
Let me go back to the library page. Here it is. Okay, so it was, then you know what? Let me go back very quickly. So it is the library. I went to databases, browse by subject, business. And these are all the ones found for business. I went to Mergent Atlas, scroll down, Mergent Market Atlas. It was the one, the best bet ones for the company information. Okay.
Yeah, that was the one I was wondering about.
Yeah. Thank you for your question. Any other questions? Okay. So you know how to contact us. Please feel free if you have any questions or need research assistance to contact one of the librarians. I'm focusing on the business, but you are more than welcome to make an appointment with any of us. So again, thank you for attending, and I'm gonna stop the presentation here and wish you have a very good afternoon. Okay, bye.